discuss with you theory of consumer behavior. So like I explained before, why consumers behave like price change, price increase, demand more, and the price decrease, less demand. The price decrease, more demand, price increase, less kind of. So to understand that, we have to understand two key things. One is the consumer's preference. The one key thing here, what consumer want depend on. One is the preference, their choice, and also though they want to be in demand. Another important thing is we have to look at whether they have the affordable and that the budget. These two concepts, preference and budget, two concepts we have to understand here. Now, here there are some other approaches to discuss, mainly two approach to discuss the theory of consumer behavior. The one is the cardinal utility theory. The cardinal utility theory, they are assume that the utility is the one you get the taste when you consume something, and measure and the measurable. For example, now I gave a break. If you have a cup of tea, the taste, what you get, the preference, what you get. They are, you can measure and you can tell me how many, unit of taste, what you get. But you know that is not easy. That is not easy. Mean that is not usually not measurable. What you get that. So this group, the cardinal utility theory group, headed by the mainly Marshall and Walras, they assume that utility, what you consume something, can measurable. They use the unit called utils, like you take the measure something distant meters or kilometers, they use util. In that way, if you had a cup of tea that break, you could able to tell me you got 20 utils, 100 utils, like that. So measurable. Since assumption is not really reasonable, there's another approach developed. It's assumed the utility is not measurable, but you can order. For example, if that break you had a 2 biscuit, you could able to say the first one you get some amount of taste, and compared to the best one, the second one less or more, third one less or more, like that. You can compare, you can order, like that. So that is really quite realistic. We don't assign value, but rank based on the preference. So in that approach, what we call ordinal utility theory approach. Here mainly what we discuss the second approach, the ordinal utility approach. There, to understand the preference and taste, we use the instrument called indifference curve. I use IC for indifference curve. So for this ordinal utility theory, headed by the mainly Hicks and Klasky, this group, Pareto, they use the instrument to rank preference and its utility indifference curve. Now, whatever the measurable utils or indifference curve, that reflect the taste and the site utility side. And the other important aspect it is, like I mentioned before, the budget. consumer budget also important and take a decision whether based on this preference consumer can buy or consumer really buy or not. Now, before I start, I have a small uh, exercise with you. I think that may help you to understand some way of your taste and your preference and why you can't consume when the price change. Now, there are, let's say, small, we are going to draw a small draw graph together. Here, the vertical axis, let's say, it's assumed that you can measure when you consume something, and let's say your preference or your taste or utility here. Cumulative total utility we are going to take. Here, the consume zero, we know our preference, our taste, we don't get anything. This side, number of unit, quantity, number of unit increase. Now let's say somewhere up to here 10 unit, the 20 unit, likewise the third unit, the fourth unit, and this way increase. This way the utility or satisfaction what you get also increase. Now I need from you, now keep your pen or pencil here at this point. When you consume zero, definitely you don't get any satisfaction. When you consume something and increase the consumption, certain level maybe your satisfaction increase, or maybe when you consume more, always increase, or depend on you. Now assume that you consume something your favorite, yeah, let's say chocolate, cup of beer, cup of wine, cup of hard liquor, any, or maybe cold drink, or piece of chocolate, or piece of pizza, whatever imagine you want. With that, in that in mind, when you consume this direction, increase, draw your like your heartbeat in, keep your pencil like that. So what happened to your taste? And I don't know, I'm not drawing here. What happened? Increase or after that decrease, and kind of curves, a curve come to you. You get it. So I need that from you. So what you draw, I want to see. sorry. I took mute. So I just want to see some of you what you draw. Either you open the camera and show me, or you can send me the message with the attachment, like you sometime you did. So at least I wanted to see one or two. Hopefully you are there still. Shani? Sorry, you want to show me? Yeah, I got it. Okay. Now so now let's say some of you, I mean, a different way draw, like you say, yeah. If you maybe sometime you get like that, or maybe depend on what you draw. Now say this, whatever you to your mind, and you assume this item, you get a price free of charge, zero price, at the free of charge. So then you mark, it's up to you where you stop consuming, whether somewhere here or somewhere here, somewhere here. You mark on graph. Yeah, somebody already draw. I saw that heart beating. Thanks, you send me. Now the first exercise, let's say the first A on the curve, somewhere you mark, let's say I mark here, arbitrary, I stop somewhere here, consume, if the free of charge. Like this, you also do. In the B, let's say, whatever you decide, it has a price. It is simple. Each unit have to pay $2. With this, maybe sometime you still consume point A. The B also same. Sometime maybe somewhere here, or maybe different places. The market also on your graph. Likewise, I give further as point C. Let's say this become $5. The point B, let's become, let's say $10. Like that. So with this, I will take another also, point E. Let's say this become $15 per 1 unit. So A, B, C, D, you mark the curve. Now after that, link them to here and find the value. For example, my value, the A point I consume about 21. So which means quantity I get somewhere here 21. The B point it will come. So somewhere here I get 14. So the price become 2, I consume 14. Like your one also C and D, you mark and fill this one. Now, after that, what you have to do, take another graph here. Actually, we have to take the graph here just underneath. I forgot, I don't have space. And that graph here name the same quantity. Now here 30, here 20, the value same, here 10. Come on. This vertical axis you name price, the price 0, price $2, $5, whatever the number, you go and mark it. Now this table, what you get the value here, for example, 0 rupee or dollar, you consume 21, you get this point. $2, if it is to consume 40, this is the point B. Like that, all the point mark. After that, you connect in and draw a curve, connecting A, B, C, D, like that. Now you can see this second graph, the relationship between price and quantity. That is the basically we could see like how we derive this relationship, and we got the negative relationship also. It reflects like a law of demand. The law of demand. So your own graph, I hope you got it, and you can see how it take in the utility, assuming that measurable, we derive the demand curve the jungle way, in the sense not the proper way, and you can see how it happened. When the price change, how we behave, and it reflected our demand curve. Now here you can see another way is looking at the utility. Now look at the consume about the meal, 0, you get the total utility is 0. And to understand is assuming that we can measure utility as a utils. If you consume one meal, your utils 10. So in the graph, that's what you exactly did. Here the unit, here the util. There are the marginal value I put here. The graph we did not do, we did the demand, but here is the marginal value. Now the second unit we consume, the total definitely increase. So in that way, the total, the cumulative, the utility you increase, but you can see the marginal value. Second meal, the additional taste utility you get 8. First one 10, second one 9. So here you get that margin. When they consume the third till the same time, you have to be not one is today, the other one is tomorrow. That also has quietly happened because the marginal same shop, you buy meal every day, the taste and the utility goes down. That's another point. Third one, when you consume, total still increase, but the marginal value you can see. So like that, we continue like you draw, total value increase, marginal value comes, and the decrease and here. When the marginal value become negative, mean additional, assume you buy 7 unit, you even don't like to pay 0 cent because your marginal additional utility you get from negative. So that reflect kind of demand shape of this curve also. If a marginal utility reflect to the price, unit dollar, in that way, quite here. Price increase, you reduce the in that way consumption. So there what you understand, we right now we learn the total utility, and from total utility how to derive the marginal utility. How to get the marginal utility? Total utility, if you have, divide by the change of quantity you consume, you get the marginal utility. Now, if you get the total utility function, now in we learn differentiation. If you get the total utility function of Q, if you differentiate this one with respect Q, that means the differentiation, you get the marginal utility. For example, let's say utility function is 5 Q power 2 minus 10. Now you know how to get the marginal utility function. Maybe the exam also I'll give to find the marginal utility function. You differentiate this one with respect Q. So 5 times 2 is 10 Q. So this is what we call the marginal utility function. Now look and say, if you draw this function, original utility function is behave like this. Not exactly done because I do the assumption here. Like this, you get the marginal utility function, you get here like that. With that, I stop today. So next week I will continue again, starting from this point and introduce the indifference curves and continue this pattern. If you have any questions, any clarification, please ask right now. If you don't have, you can leave the meeting. I also wait 1-2 minutes, I leave the meeting. Thank you very much. Those who no questions, others you can leave it, and have a nice weekend.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Nilan.
Thank you, sir.
The recording has stopped.
Okay, bye-bye.